Greetings folks, and I hope you're all fit and well wherever you are in collecting land, and welcome back to the channel for another 1/6 scale figure unboxing and review. And today we're going to be taking a deep dive into Mars Toys' take on Colin Farrell, aka the Penguin, from the 2022 Matt Reeves directed movie The Batman, and now the even better TV series, in my humble opinion. Usual format folks: box, accessories, figure, and then wrapping up with the usual showcase at the end. And I've got to say, I'm super excited to see what Mars Toys have done here, as they've been knocking it out the park in the past couple of years with their Batman figures. This is a brand new figure, literally just come through the door and gone straight in front of the camera, so this will be the first time I've seen the figure up close. But before we dive in, a massive thank you to everyone who supported the channel, and please drop a like on this review and help other people find the channel. And if you haven't already, please mash that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you don't miss any of the 6 scale action figure goodness coming up. And trust me, there's a hell of a lot of it. But that's enough of an old man's ramblings. Onto the box. Let's stop it from spinning, have a quick look at it. Those of you who know Mars Toys will recognise the style of box. It's a simple card shoebox design, but the eagle-eyed amongst you will probably notice as well that it says 6 Feet Lane Studio on the side here and not Mars Toys. As far as I understand, Mars Toys and 6 Feet Lane Studio are pretty much the same organisation. 6 Feet Lane Studio produced the Riddler from the Batman, which we'll be bringing out for a size comparison later on in the review. But yeah, they're pretty much under the same roof, the same company. So it's maybe a collaboration, shall we say, between Mars Toys and 6 Feet Lane Studio. But it's 6 Feet Lane Studio that have got their moniker on both sides of this box, and on the front you've got this sort of sunset image of what I believe, now I'm not sure whether that's Colin Farrell or whether that's actually the figure itself. I believe that is probably Colin Farrell there from the movie, but you've got this skyline on one side here. I'm assuming it's meant to be a Gotham skyline. It says the bar boss at the bottom there. Obviously this is an unlicensed figure, so they couldn't call it the Penguin. 1/6 scale collectible figure there, and in this top corner, if anybody's wondering what this is, there are 2 versions of this figure. This is the B2 and there is the 1A. Now, these were both released pretty much around the same time, and when I picked this figure up, the only difference I could spot was that one has a check suit and one has a striped suit, but it wasn't until subsequently that I realised there's a slight variation in the head sculpts. One's open mouth and one's closed mouth, or slightly open mouth. I would have probably gone with the one with the slightly open mouth with hindsight, but I didn't know at the time. But that's the front of the box. Let's take a look around the back, and you've got all the usual credits and warnings on the back here. Don't piss this figure off or it might steal your shrooms and go underground. Nothing on the top of the box, nothing on the bottom of the box, so yeah, there you have it. Relatively simple design, but quite effective. So without further ado, let's crack the seals on this box, let's dive down onto the table and have a look at all the accessories that come with your Penguin figure. Okay folks, so accessories out, and what do you get with your Penguin figure? Well, we'll start with the hands, as we always do. You know me and my hand thing. There are 4 pairs of hands in total. There's an open palm pair already on the figure. We'll take a look at those when we bring the figure out. The rest of the hands, you get a real wide variety here. You've sort of got this splayed hand, you've got gripping hands for the accessories, you've got all kinds of hands going on here. And we'll grab a couple at random just to see the kind of quality we're looking at. We'll take a look at this right hand first, and yeah, it looks to be up to the usual high standards of Mars Toys stroke 6 Feet Lane Studio. The paint applications look pretty good, the sculpting is good, you've got bone work in the back of the hands there, you've got vein work as well, you've got creasing on the knuckles, you've got fingernails sculpted in, some creasing in the palms as well, and multiple paint applications on there to give it that skin tone, and yeah, pretty good. We'll do the flexibility test. You're looking at a medium to soft here, so don't think there'll be any issue gripping your accessories and posing these hands. Don't think a hairdryer and hot water will be required. That's the right hand. Let's grab one of these left hands and take a look at one of these as well. Now, big difference here is that you've got this ring. You've got sort of the penguin's ring, which has been done in sculpted plastic. Really nice to see, because that sort of gold paint application with the red paint in the centre there to sort of signify the centrepiece of the ring itself. Same story with the paint applications and sculpt. You've got vein work, you've got bone work, and etc. Number of different takes on this ring, actually, which I did notice while I was getting these hands out of the box. Now I'll try and grab one to use as an example. This is probably the best one. On the hands where the ring, on the hands where the fingers are actually attached together, as you can see there, because the fingers are so close together, the sculpt has been done as one piece. You don't have a complete ring, as you can see here. It actually just rests using friction on top of the finger itself. This one actually came off when I was taking it out of the box. Probably needs gluing down. But where the fingers are separate, the ring runs completely around the finger itself. So yeah, something to watch out for, especially when you're taking them out of the box, because the foam inlay that these were in is very, very tight indeed, and it managed to drag this one off. But as I say, touch of crazy glue between takes there should sort that problem out. So yeah, that's the hands. We're off to a good start there. Pretty impressive hands. Put those to one side. What else do you get? Let's take a look at his weapon. Now I believe, and regulars to the channel will know I'm trying to give myself an education regarding guns. This is possibly an Uzi machine pistol. I'm not certain. Please correct me in the comment section if I'm wrong. But it looks screen accurate to me. It looks like the gun that he carries in the movie. Pretty basic sculpt. There's no moving parts here. There's no cocking action or trigger action, and this magazine isn't removable. But the paint, it's got some paint applications on there to give it a slight weathering with that gunmetal grey, and what looks like some silver paint applications as well to make it look slightly weathered. So yeah, sculpt is on point. Screen accuracy's there, and the paint applications are pretty good. So yeah, that is the, in inverted commas, Uzi machine pistol. Pop that to one side. Not technically a weapon, but we'll take a look at his brolly. All one piece of sculpted plastic. Very nicely done, this, actually, I think. It's a brolly in 1/6 scale. What can I say? Black paint applications on there to indicate the material section. There's a gold tip on the end there. And the handle and this section at the bottom of the umbrella have got nice paint applications on there to simulate wood. There's sort of some black flecks in there to give it that weathered look and that wood look, and it's darker at the end of the handle. So yeah, nice sculpt, nice paint applications. Well done, Mars Toys. Or should I say 6-lane? Yeah, well, we'll stop doing that. We'll just keep calling it Mars Toys. Let's get the base out of the way. Now, those people who know Mars Toys will recognise this style of base instantly. It's pretty much a standard for Mars Toys. All one piece of plastic, hollow. Unfortunately, no feet on the bottom here, so if you are using it on a smooth or glass display area, a word of caution, we don't want any slipping or any falling. But yeah, it's that sort of hexagonal design that we've come to know and love from them, with a sticker on the top. The sticker is nicely done. It's textured, it's quite tactile. It just says the Batman across there, the logo from the movie itself. You've got a metal nameplate on the front that's got the penguin etched into it, and that's pretty much it. Very, very straightforward. But I do like Mars Toys bases and stands. I think normally bases with stickers on are a bit of a turn off for me, but I always like what Mars Toys do with these. Comes with the usual Mars Toys standard issue crotch grabber. These two holes here align with these two slots there. You simply slot that into the back there and stand completed. So yeah, pop that to one side. That's your stand. You get this small bag of very, very tiny buttons. Now these, I believe, are for the shirt underneath the suit. So if you have any issues with those dropping off, which they do have a tendency to do, tiniest drop of crazy glue on the back of here, and you can replace any missing buttons on the shirt. So nice addition there. You also get this rather large bag of drops. which is the drug that the penguin kindly peddles in the iceberg lounge in the movie. I'm not going to get all these out; they're all identical. We've got one out here, and just a nice little addition here. You've got this sort of orange resealable bag with this card section across the front with the drop symbol on it, with that sort of smiley face drop symbol, and then it's a sealable orange bag on the back, and actually inside. And I'm not going to attempt to get one of these out because they are in very, very tightly. But if the light will catch this, you can actually see on the inside there is a strip of plastic drops which have been what looks like, and they've been coloured orange as well to simulate the drops that you see in the film. So yeah, and you get a whole bag full of those, so you can use those in the display. You can have the character holding them if you want to. So yeah, really you can do with them as you wish. So those are the drops. Let's take a look at this bag. It comes with a hold all. Feels like nylon, this, nicely put together. It's got some foam inside it to keep its shape, and a zip on the top. It's got a Velcro fastening handle. What surprised me about this bag, though, I mean, it's a 1/6 scale hold all. We've seen hundreds of them, but when you unzip it at the top here, and this was a really nice touch. Actually, inside it is stuffed with cash. Well, it's not completely stuffed with cash. It's just layered across the top of the foam inlay underneath there. But it is really, really effective. When you open the top there, it does look like the whole thing is stuffed with bundles of cash. And on taking one of these bundles out, yeah, they are bundles of notes here. I like the way these notes have been done. Number one, they're double-sided, which we don't always see with 6 scale money. But they've gone to the trouble of actually making it double-sided. And also the cardstock that they've used here, it's not thin paper, this. It is good quality card. So this is not going to rip or tear. Yeah, I just think a really, really nice addition, and really well done there from Mars Toys. So that's the hold all. And finally, the overcoat, the final accessory. Now, I believe this is pleather. We'll get that out of the way to start with. So this is going to get treated with Aerospace 303 by me as soon as possible after this review. But it would have been nice to see it as leather. It would, but I think probably would have increased the price point quite dramatically. But overall, yeah, the stitchwork looks nice. It's got this man-made black lining here. I don't believe these buttons work, but I don't think it's something that you'd have done up anyway. More than likely it would be open. But yeah, overall, the stitchwork is nice. The screen accuracy is there. Yes, it's pleather, but it feels like a decent pleather, if that makes sense. Yeah, I suppose if treated right, it will last. But how long it will last, really, is anybody's guess. It won't last forever, though, as we all know. So yeah, that is Penguin's overcoat. So there you have it. That's all the accessories. So without further ado, let's bring out the Penguin himself. Let's get him onto that stand, get him onto the turntable, and find out what he's all about. Okay, folks, so here he is. It's Colin Farrell, aka the Penguin, from the Batman, onto the stand, onto the turntable, and first impressions. First impressions are pretty good, I have to admit. I've got high hopes for anything that Mars Toys is involved in, and yeah, first impressions are very good. The proportions look absolutely accurate and on point. The suit looks screen accurate as well, and well done. The head sculpt we will get to, but that looks good as well. Yeah, overall, a pretty impressive package from Mars Toys. And I've got to say, from the get-go here, while we're stopping him from spinning, the initial photographs and some of the subsequent photographs of from prototype and down to initial release that I've seen, I was a little bit dubious about this head sculpt, and I know it's a cliche, but I think it's one of those figures that is actually better in hand. But we'll get to the head sculpt. We'll do as we always do. We'll get him off the stand, start at the bottom, and work our way up and take a look at the details. We'll start with these feet, and what we're looking at here are some sort of highly polished brogues. They're all one piece of sculpted plastic. There's a slight colour variation there. This sort of top section of the shoe is more of a matte brown. The bottom section is a super high gloss black finish with sculpted in details there and sculpted in laces. Overall, they look pretty screen accurate and very effective and super shiny. They are pegged into the legs, and you've got black socks there as well, which is nice to see. To disguise those legs underneath if you get any riding up of the suit. The feet themselves, the articulation is pretty good. If a little loose, I have to say, these are quite loose. But you've got bags of forward and backward movement because of the nature of the way it's pegged directly into the shoe. Plenty of lateral movement going on there as well. But as I say, only thing there I noticed straight away is this, and it's this left foot is quite loose, whereas the right foot has got a lot more stiffness to it. So yeah. Maybe a point off there, one loose foot, but yeah, moving up to the pants and this suit. Now you've got this black pinstripe going on, and I don't think this is actually, and looking at this material, it doesn't look like and I hope the camera's catching this in this light, I don't think this is actually tailored in. It looks like it's screen printed on this this pinstripe, but yeah, I'm pretty certain it's screen printed on there. But it feels like, I'm not sure whether this is a cotton or a man-made material, but it feels of a decent quality. The stitch work is nice, as you can see there, and I'm going to go into that age-old story that regulars to the channel will know about 6-scale suits. It is one of the hardest things, I still say today, to get a convincing suit in 6-scale. Forget all your fancy die cast and plastic molded outfits and so on. I think nailing on a 1/6 scale suit is still one of the hardest things. And it looked like Mars Toys have done it again here with this one. But yeah, the jacket itself, made out of the same material, obviously. You have got 3 snaps at the front here, and we'll undo these so we can take a look underneath. Now, not the easiest thing to do on camera here, and you have to exercise caution with these snaps. I tend to try and get my fingernail underneath there, because sometimes they're not the most securely attached to these figures, and you really don't want to pull one of these snaps off, because it is a nightmare replacing them. But yeah, we'll take a look underneath the jacket. The jacket itself is actually is very well tailored as well. Once again, that screen print design and that stitch work is good. Underneath here we've got a man-made fibre lining, a black man-made fibre lining. Lifting it up, high-waisted pants, as you can see. I mean, literally these go right almost up to his chest, and yeah, the stitch work is continued there and really well done. He's got the braces on there, the suspenders. They're really nicely done. They're black with what looks like silver plastic attachments there, and what looks like, I don't know whether that's pleather. That feels like pleather. So the braces are a material, but the attachments to the top of the trousers themselves are a pleather. So once again, be wary of that, I would say. That may deteriorate over time. But the fit of the jacket is really, really nice. The fat suit, and obviously this figure is going to have a fat suit, is a bulky character. The fat suit itself starts probably just at the top of the legs there, yeah, just below the crotch area, and then pretty much all the way up to the neck area itself. Not the arms, but pretty much the rest of the chest area and abdomen are all fat suit to give him that look and those proportions. So yeah, the pants look good, the jacket looks good. Let's take a look at the shirt now. Let's open this jacket up. Now, the tailoring on this shirt looks very, very good. The stitch work in that collar area looks really nice. There is that thing that you get with when you've got a fat suit on, where the fat suit ends, it can tend to dip in a little bit, and it does here, but not too badly. It's not a massive dip into the bottom of the neck area there. So yeah, it's it's not too pronounced. The tie is that material that we've sort of come to know and love, that has almost a starch quality to it, and in the knot as well. So hopefully minimum of futzing with this tie. Looks like it's going to keep its shape. So yeah, the shirt is nicely tailored and nicely fitted. Let's take a look at the articulation. We'll start with these knee joints. Now, oh, ratchet straight away. We've got a ratchet there. You can probably hear that. Yeah, and a very tough ratchet that is too. But the leg will go up to about, it'll go beyond 45. Not one for dynamic posing really, this figure, but yeah, you've got a very solid ratchet there at the knee. Which, yeah, is going to click. I would imagine the waist section here is going to be pretty limited. Yeah, you're pretty limited here, and this will be down to the fat suit. The fact that he's got a two-piece suit on, these trousers as well, and add the fat suit. You're limited in the waist section there. Check the arms. The arms will go up to 45. They'll go beyond 45. Looks like the only limitation on these arms really towards the shoulder area is going to be the materials of the suit and the shirt. But yeah, so articulation good. Let's check the shoulders. Yeah, you've got a butterfly joint there at the shoulders, so you're going to have a decent amount of movement there. I did just notice, this. Yeah, we've got a sculpted watch going on underneath this suit. Didn't notice that until just now. Let's have a quick look at that. It looks like a relatively simple plastic sculpt there. Let's see if we can't get this thing to stay down and stay in shot. It does not want to come out from underneath this suit jacket, but yeah, as you can see there, you've got a relatively basic design. It's got some gold paint applications and a white face on there, but yeah, there's a 6-scale watch underneath there. I believe on the other wrist as well, yeah, there's actually his sort of signature chain that he wears. I'm not sure if that is plastic or metal. Difficult to tell when it's on the figure. Doesn't feel cold. I'll go with that possibly being metal. I'm not sure. We're going to go with a not sure on that one. I'll chance my arm and say that that's metal. But yeah, you've got a gold chain on the right wrist as well. Let's take a look around the back. Yeah, pretty much on point with the stitch work as we'd expect. The shoulders themselves in this jacket feel a little bit padded, but not too much, because you don't need too much with this fat suit, I don't think. Shirt good, tie good, although I will bring a photo out at this point, and it's really difficult getting definitive photos of this guy from the film. Obviously with the advent of the TV series as well, a lot of the photos are from the TV series, but yeah, I'm going to bring this one into shot here just so you can see. Now, obviously we're looking through two lenses here, and lighting on set can be completely different, and you'd be forgiven for thinking that head sculpt is nowhere near large enough. But this is more for reference purposes with the suit and the shirt and the tie, because this is actually I believe the shirt and tie they're trying to replicate here. And yeah, it looks to me like it's a darker purple there, not quite as vibrant pink, the tie as well. But that could very well be the on-set lighting. I think they've done a good job here, and let's let's leave it at that. I think it really does depend on the scene and the lighting in that particular scene. But yeah, suit very, very well done. Proportions are on point. These are the other hands that we talked about in the accessories section. The open palm ones, pretty much the same level of sculpt and paint application, and that ring's included as well. So on to the head sculpt. Now let's drop him down into this gap, see how close I can get this guy into camera. Now, as I said, I'm just going to move the camera back ever so slightly so we can get the light right here. Now, as I mentioned at the top there, I was dubious when I saw some of the photographs of this head sculpt that it looked a bit goofy, but now I've got it in hand, I'm actually getting to like it more and more and more. I think the proportions are absolutely on point. Is it 100%? We'll save that judgment for the end, but yeah, the sculpt is good. The paint applications are really nice. They've got that sort of grizzled texture to the skin around the face here. The scarring is in the right place, and it's got some red paint applications there. Yeah, you've got the imperfections in the skin, all the creases, the jowls are done really well. The eyes are nice and glassy. The forehead is well painted and well sculpted. Let's take a look at this hair. We'll just drop him over. And you've got this sort of seam line. You've got this parting almost in the hair that goes sort of 3/4 of the way around the head. Once again, that is screen accurate, but the hair is pretty well done. The colour is on point. They've got individual strands picked out there, and the style is right. That's sort of swept back and over to one side. I'm going to bring another photo in at this point, actually, and this is. Let's just have a look at this one, and this is more with reference to one particular thing that I did notice. Now, I'm not certain whether this photograph is actually from the film or the TV show. If it's from the TV show, then I think Mars Toys can be forgiven, because obviously there's going to be a variance in the makeup between the film and the TV show. Looks like the hair was slightly thinner on top, and the peaks were a little bit further back, and also as well, now I know this is the same in both the film and the TV show, is the shape of those eyebrows. Now, call me pedantic, but if you look here, the eyebrows sort of end and point upwards, whereas here on the figure they start to curl over. So maybe that part of the eyebrow there shouldn't be there, and it should be just going straight up. But maybe that's me being nitpicky. I think overall, I think the sculpt is, as I say, far better in hand than it is in any of the photos that I've seen. Paint applications are very, very good as well, and it's unmistakably Colin Farrell as the Penguin. So yeah, there you have it. That's the head sculpt. So let's get him back on the stand. Let's get him spinning again and going for final thoughts on this guy. Well, actually, before we do that, what we'll do is we'll bring out the Mars Toys stroke 6 Feet Lane Studios take on Riddler and do a size comparison. So yeah, cut to the Riddler. Oh, Penguin and Riddler together, and I've got to say, they make a great pair. I think 6 Feet Lane Studios, aka Mars Toys, have done a cracking job on both these figures. The proportions are right with Paul Dano's height and Colin Farrell's height, and yeah, they just display very, very well together. Couldn't resist on putting the overcoat on, and I think I'm going to be using this overcoat in the display. I think the overcoat is so iconic for the Penguin. I think it's just a fantastic look. Added a couple of the accessories as well. So, final thoughts on Mars Toys' take on Colin Farrell as the Penguin. I've got to say, I think they've knocked it out of the park yet again. Mars Toys simply can't seem to drop the ball as far as Batman related figures go. I think the proportions are absolutely excellent. I think the accessories are very good. I think the tailoring is very, very good for the price point and very screen accurate. Love the head sculpt. Is it 100%? No, but what head sculpt is, but is it 99%? Absolutely. And it most certainly is unmistakable as Colin Farrell as the Penguin, not only from the film but from the TV show as well. And that sort of begs the question, is it worth picking this figure up? Because now the TV show is such a massive hit. No doubt, shall we say, other larger manufacturers no doubt will be jumping on board with this particular character. So but you know, as a stand-in, shall we say, for maybe those if they ever do arrive, I still think this is a solid figure. And bar that one slightly loose ankle joint, I can't find anything wrong with this figure. I really can't. I'm struggling to find anything wrong at all. And you know the channel and you know me. If I can't find anything wrong with the figure, it's going to be a 10. I'm going to deduct 0.5 of a point. Half a point is going to get deducted for those for that loose ankle joint, and maybe just for that head sculpt not being 100%, but it's still a 9.5, and on a good day it's going to be a 10, because Mars Toys, in my opinion, have just done it again. They've just it's just the gift that keeps giving, Mars Toys. So there you have it. That is 6 Feet Late Studio, aka Mars Toys take on Colin Farrell as the Penguin from Matt Reeves' The Batman. So what's your take on this figure? Is it something you've got in the collection? Is it something that you're going to be picking up? What's your take on Mars Toys? What's your take on 6 Feet Lane Studios? The same thing. What's your take on the Batman movie? What's your take on Matt Reeves? What's your take on anything? Please drop a comment in the comment section below. Nothing is off menu, and I will be fascinated to hear your take on all of this. And I hope this review's been useful for you. What's coming up on the channel? Oh, well, I'm not going to list all the figures because there is a huge amount of statues and figures coming in, but we have 1/6 scale, we have 1/4 scale, we have statues, other collectibles. We've got stuff from Hot Toys, we've got stuff from In Art, stuff from Pure Art, stuff from Susu Toys, from Mars Toys, from Present Toys. The list is endless. So please, as I mentioned at the top there, mash that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you're not missing any of the good stuff that's coming up. And I suppose all it remains for me to say is from Penguin and from Riddler, take care of yourselves, happy collecting, and from myself as well, and it's over to the showcase.